What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Crazy Card 12 here, and today we got Week 3 results. Just want to let you guys know, let me go ahead and grab my paper. My record for picking games is 23, 23, and 2. So not really great. We had a couple good games happen, but let's go ahead and go through and see what happens. I picked the Browns to beat the Jets. At first, it was not looking good. Tyrod Taylor looked like garbage, but turned out, I guess he was injured or whatever. And they pulled him out. They put Baker Mayfield in. And immediately, the Browns started clicking on offense. Everything started to happen. Baker Mayfield looked really good. I think it's just because nobody has tape on him yet. So I expect next week he'll be good. Maybe not as good, but we'll see. But yeah, Browns won at 21-17. That was just because they had no film on Baker Mayfield. Saints at Falcons. I had the Falcons winning the game. But man, this just came down to whoever had the ball last, and of course, New Orleans had the ball last. They're able to go in there and just put points on Atlanta. I feel bad, Atlanta. There's so many injuries in that defense. It's a fast and good defense, but man, there's only so much you can do after all these injuries. Next up, we got Packers Redskins. I actually forgot to pick this game, but I did pick the Packers in this one. I was going to pick the Redskins, but I got pressured into picking the Packers. A lot of my friends are Packers fans, and they say, how can you bet against Aaron Rodgers, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers. Let me go ahead and pick him. But Redskins were just a better team. They have better talent on both sides of football, and they pretty much dominated this game from start to finish. Clay Matthews, another roughing the passer penalty. This is coming like the new catch rule. I mean, everybody's getting charged with this roughing the passer. This is the Aaron Rodgers rule. I mean, when Tony Romo got injured, nobody cared about it. But Aaron Rodgers, some dude lands on him. Well, now we got to change the whole rule. You can't sack the quarterback like that. Well, now you pussified, the quarterback position because nobody can lay a hand on the quarterback. It's pretty ridiculous at this point. Colts at Eagles. I picked the Eagles to win this game, even though I thought the Colts would make it interesting. The Colts did make it interesting. I thought the Colts were actually going to win this game, but Carson Wentz did what he had to do to win this game, put his team in good field position. Now, he did have a couple turnovers, but it's expected. He's come back from an ACL injury. Deshaun Watson, they're not going to be those great dudes they were last season. I mean, think about it. Everybody that's come back from an ACL injury, the next season hasn't looked good. Brady, he went from throwing 50 touchdowns to only 20-something. I mean, it happens. He just got to get over it. So this is just a year. They're recovering from the ACL injury. You just got to get them back out there. Bills and Vikings. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw this coming. I thought the Vikings would stomp the Bills. I thought they would just wipe them out, but that didn't happen. The Vikings mentally are weak. I'm going to say it right now. The Vikings are mentally weak. All right, the Rams, they would not let that happen. The Rams, even going against Arizona, they freaking stomped them out. The game was over before the first quarter even ended. But the Rams, they stomped their opponents out. The Vikings, they walked in this game. We're good. It's the Bills. They're starting a rookie quarterback. Baltimore put up like 40-some points in these guys. How good can they be? Well, you slept on them, and look what happened. 27-6. That's all. This is all Vikings' fault. Not taking nothing away from the Bills. The Bills went in there and did what they had to do. They fought their butts off. They got tired. You've been humiliated in week 1. In week 2, a dude quits on you in halftime. Well, you must think how demoralizing it is in this locker room. But I think the Bills will come back down to earth next week, and I think the Vikings should come up a little bit. Raiders, Dolphins. I picked the Raiders to win that. Dolphins came out and just put a butt whooping on them in the fourth quarter. I've lost complete faith in Raiders. I'm done picking them. I keep thinking, sooner or later they're going to get their first win, but they couldn't do it against Miami, really. But I get it. When you play at Miami, it's not really an easy place to play. We'll see what happens when Miami has to go up and play New England. But, yeah, Miami, I mean, they did what they had to do. Broncos versus Ravens. Let's see here. Where is it? I had the Broncos beating the Ravens, but the Ravens are better than I expected, especially at home. The Ravens defense was able to hold this Broncos offense to only 14 points, and the Broncos defense couldn't hold up to Joe Flacco. I don't know what to say there. So the Ravens won that one. Bengals at Panthers. I had the Panthers winning this game, and this was a close game. AJ Green did get injured. I don't know if he'll play next week, but he did get injured. Carolina was able to run the football. They were doing whatever they wanted. But yeah, this is a closer game than the score originally was, 31-21. But yeah, Carolina won that game. Giants at Texans. I picked the Texans to win this game because I thought that pass rush would go after Eli Manning. There's something going on in Houston. I think Bill O'Brien's about to get fired. I don't get it. You have that Texans front, and you can't go after Eli Manning. I mean, listen, the Cowboys are garbage, all right, but they have at least a defensive line. The Texans, like, you got Willie Merciless, you got Jadeveon Clowney, you got J.J. Watt. Like, there's no excuse. Like, you guys should be going after Eli, and you let the Giants put up 27 on y'all. I don't know what to say. But, yeah, Giants escaped with the win here. They needed it. Both teams were desperate. Giants advanced to 1-2. Texans, 0-3. Not a rough start to start the season. But you got all season to make it up. I mean, the AFC is pretty weak right now, so we'll see what happens. Titans at Jaguars. I picked the Titans to win this game. A lot of people making fun of me for picking the Titans over the Jaguars. Like, didn't you see what the Jaguars did to the Patriots? Well, when the Jaguars played the Titans, last year they got swept. They got swept by the Tennessee Titans. I don't know what it is. I think the Titans might have a voodoo doll or something, but they have that voodoo magic over the Jaguars. They know how to beat the Jaguars. I don't know how they do it. Blake Bortles look like Blake Bortles again and only put up 6 points thanks to the kicker. It's just the Titans have their number. It's these divisional rivalries. You just don't know. Even though one team looks really good, a divisional rival, when you know them, you know them. And the Titans know everything about the Jaguars. And the Jaguars couldn't do anything about it. 49ers Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs to win this game. They did. At first, I thought the Chiefs were going to choke this game away because San Francisco started to climb up with Jimmy G. But what a tough injury for San Francisco 49ers fans. I am so sorry. Jimmy Garoppolo going down. That's pretty much the season. They're now 1-2. They're going to have C.J. Beathard quarterbacking. That's pretty much saying, listen, we give up. It's a shame, but the great thing about the 49ers is after the season, you're going to get some high draft picks. You're going to be able to pick some guys, either offensive line or get some receivers. You're going to get some defensive guys. So I wouldn't panic, San Francisco 49ers fan. This actually might be a blessing in disguise. You get to build your team and give Jimmy Garoppolo more talent around him. So don't feel so bad. Chargers at Rams. I picked the Rams to win this game because it's the Rams. Now, the Rams won this game handily, but came with a cost. They lost Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib. Both of them should be out 4 to 6 weeks. So can the Rams survive? I think they will. I think that defensive front with Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald will get after the quarterback. Hopefully no roughing the passer. But I got the Rams. The Rams should be good. They should be decent. They're going to lock up the number 1 seed in the NFC. I mean, the road to Super Bowl 53 is going to have to go through LA. I mean, if you want to go to the Super Bowl, you got to go to the Rams and try to beat them. And I don't know if anybody can, to be honest with you. I mean, they look like Warriors out there. I mean, they're stacked on all positions. Cowboys at Seahawks. I had the Cowboys winning this game, but doing my luck, the Seahawks won this game handily. The Seahawks did everything correctly in this game. They ran the football. They had some passing plays. Cowboys only got like a sack or 2 on them. Couldn't really do much. So, Cowboys look like garbage. So, Seahawks won that. Bears at Cardinals. I picked the Bears. I thought the defense would do something. Arizona jumped out to a 14-0 lead. And that Bears defense was... That's what changed this game. Mitchell Trubisky is not looking good whatsoever. It's not looking like a good draft pick for him, for the Bears. But luckily, the Bears, they got Khalil Mack. They did what they had to do. Patriots at Lions. I had the Patriots winning this. This is my... this game was back to Cincinnati. You know, we're focused on Cincinnati type of game. And This wasn't it. Matt Patricia knew everything, all the weaknesses of New England, so I'm not shocked that the Patriots lost this game. I expect them to come back. The big thing is they need Julian Edelman. I mean, you have Chris Hogan, who's an okay receiver. Then you got Philip Dorsett, who's a bust in Indy. And then you got Cordell Patterson as a special teamer. Those are the only three receivers Brady was working with. And then you had Gronk. And you guys should see, Chris Collinsworth was talking about this. Every time Gronk was on the field, they treated him as if it was a punt return. They had two guys on the line of scrimmage jamming him the entire game. He couldn't do anything. And they forced these New England receivers to do something about it. They couldn't do anything about it. Then they tried running the football. They can't do anything about it. The O-line is just not there. And it's just like, if you're Brady, it's just like, where is all this money going? Like, why can't we get guys out here? But hopefully when Josh Gordon, he might play his first game at home against Miami, so we'll see what happens there. Steelers at Bucks, Fitzmagic. The first half wasn't looking so good. If you hear noise in the background, it's my phone. People keep blowing me up right now. I'll answer my phone in a bit here. Gotta finish this video. Steelers at Bucks. Fitzmagic wore off. I thought Fitzmagic might pull this one off, but he had 3 turnovers early, which was crucial. The Bucks, they just turned the football over like it was nothing. It was like it was hotcakes. Chris Godwin, he turned over the football for fumble. He couldn't catch a crucial touchdown pass. Pittsburgh escaped. I expect the Buccaneers to bounce back next week. Steelers, I don't know who they play next week, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, that is the result of Week 3 picks. I am now 23-23-2. Not really good, but we'll see what happens tomorrow with my picks, and we'll see what happens. Let's see if I can get this franchise turned around. So anyway, this is Crazy Cards 12. I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. See ya.